future.
And that's
Whether
it.
it's using a
Here, as you can
reusable
see, my
bag,
streaming service is
choosing
being
products
connected.
with less
Going back to
packaging,
my
or
browser.
simply being more mindful of our food consumption, these small actions add up. Together, we can make a big difference. Let's embark on a 1-hour zero-waste food challenge and discover how enjoyable and empowering it can be. Challenge yourself to create a meal using only what you have on hand without generating any waste. Get your friends and family involved and make it a fun and educational experience. You'll be surprised at how creative you can get, and you'll feel great knowing you're making a positive impact. So next time you're faced with leftovers, remember that with a little effort, you can turn them into something amazing. Our journey starts with a shopping list. Yes, a simple list. Plan your meals for the week and write down exactly what you need. This prevents impulse buys and ensures you only buy what you'll actually eat. Think about portion sizes too. It's better to cook a little less and want more than to have a mountain of leftovers. And don't be afraid to get creative with meal planning. Those extra vegetables can be roasted for a delicious side dish or blended into a soup. Now that we've conquered the shops, let's talk storage. Proper storage is key to preventing food from wilting or going bad too quickly. Invest in some airtight containers to keep your leftovers fresh and delicious. Did you know that storing your herbs in a jar of water in the fridge can keep them perky for longer? And those almost overripe bananas? Peel them, chop them, and freeze them for smoothies or banana bread later. Leftovers don't have to be boring. Embrace your inner chef and transform them into brand new dishes. Last night's roast chicken can become a flavorful chicken salad for lunch or a hearty filling for wraps. Get creative with your leftovers and challenge yourself to come up with new and exciting ways to use them. You'll be surprised at how delicious and satisfying a leftover makeover can be. Section 5. Food Waste Facts, the Shocking Truth. Did you know that roughly 1/3 of all food produced globally goes to waste? This staggering amount of waste has far-reaching consequences that many of us might not even realize. Imagine the resources that go into producing this food: the water, the energy, the labor, and the land. All of these are squandered when food is thrown away. That's a shocking statistic. Food waste isn't just about wasted food, it's about the entire chain of resources that are lost along with it. Think about the water used to grow crops, the energy consumed in transportation, and the labor involved in harvesting and processing. All of these efforts go to waste when food is discarded. It's also about wasted resources, the water, energy, and land used to produce it. For instance, agriculture accounts for a significant portion of global water use. When food is wasted, all the water used to grow that food is wasted too. Similarly, the energy used in farming, processing, and transporting food is also wasted. This is not just an environmental issue, but an economic one as well. When food rots in landfills, it releases methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Methane is significantly more effective at trapping heat in the atmosphere than carbon dioxide, making it a major contributor to climate change. The decomposition of organic waste in landfills is one of the largest sources of methane emissions, a powerful greenhouse gas that contributes to climate change. The impact of methane on our climate is profound. It accelerates global warming, leading to more extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and disruptions to ecosystems. Reducing food waste can significantly cut down on methane emissions, helping to mitigate climate change. By reducing our food waste, we're not only saving money and resources, but also making a positive impact on the environment. Simple actions like planning meals, storing food properly, and using leftovers can make a big difference. Communities around the world are finding innovative ways to reduce food waste, from community gardens to food sharing programs, but also doing our part to protect the planet. Every small action counts. By being mindful of our food consumption and waste, we can contribute to a more sustainable future. Together, we can reduce the environmental impact of food waste and help combat climate change. Let's take action today for a better tomorrow. Section 6. Compost Champions, turning scraps into garden gold. Even with our best efforts, there will always be some food scraps we can't use. But don't despair. Those potato peels, eggshells, and coffee grounds can be transformed into nutrient-rich compost for your garden. Composting is a simple and effective way to recycle organic waste and turn it into something incredibly beneficial for your plants. By composting, you are not only reducing the amount of waste that ends up in landfills, but also creating a valuable resource for your garden. The process of composting involves breaking down organic materials into a rich, dark soil amendment that can improve the health and vitality of your plants. The composting process is quite fascinating. It involves the decomposition of organic matter by microorganisms, such as bacteria and fungi, which break down the materials into simpler compounds. This process generates heat, which helps to kill off any harmful pathogens and weed seeds, making the compost safe to use in your garden. The end result is a nutrient-rich, dark, crumbly substance that can be used to enrich your soil and provide essential nutrients to your plants. Composting is not only beneficial for your garden, but also for the environment, as it helps to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and conserve natural resources. Composting is easier than you think. You don't need a lot of space or special equipment to get started. All you need is a compost bin or pile, some kitchen scraps, and a little bit of patience. There are many different methods of composting, from simple backyard composting to more advanced techniques like vermicomposting, which uses worms to break down the organic matter. No matter which method you choose, the basic principles are the same. Provide a good mix of green and brown materials. Keep the compost moist but not too wet, and turn it regularly to aerate the pile and speed up the decomposition process. You can start a compost bin in your backyard or even use a worm farm if you have limited space. Worm farms, also known as vermicomposting systems, are a great option for those who live in apartments or have small gardens. They are compact, easy to maintain, and produce high-quality compost that is rich in nutrients. Worms are natural decomposers and can process a large amount of organic waste in a short period of time. By using a worm farm, you can recycle your kitchen scraps and create a valuable soil amendment for your plants, even if you don't have a lot of space. Composting not only reduces waste, but also enriches your soil and reduces the need for chemical fertilizers. By adding compost to your garden, you are improving the structure and fertility of the soil, which can lead to healthier plants and higher yields. Compost provides a slow-release source of nutrients, which means that your plants will have a steady supply of the essential elements they need to grow and thrive. Additionally, compost helps to improve soil drainage and water retention, which can reduce the need for frequent watering and help to conserve water. Composting is a simple and effective way to recycle organic waste and create a valuable resource for your garden. By composting, you are not only reducing the amount of waste that ends up in landfills, but also creating a valuable resource for your garden. The process of composting involves breaking down organic materials into a rich, dark soil amendment that can improve the health and vitality of your plants. The end result is a nutrient-rich, dark, crumbly substance that can be used to enrich your soil and provide essential nutrients to your plants. So start composting today and turn your kitchen scraps into garden gold. Your plants will thank you, and you'll be doing your part to help the environment. Happy composting. Section 7. Small changes, big impact. One meal at a time. The 1-hour zero-waste food challenge might seem like a small step, but its ripple effects are enormous. By adopting these simple habits into our daily lives, we can collectively make a significant dent in the global food waste crisis. Every meal we save from going to waste is a victory for our wallets, our health, and our planet. Let's spread the word and inspire others to join the zero-waste movement. Section 8. Join the movement. Zero Waste Warriors Unite. The zero waste lifestyle is gaining momentum, and for good reason. More and more people are realizing the importance of reducing their environmental impact, and tackling food waste is an excellent place to start. Connect with like-minded individuals online or in your community who share your passion for sustainability. Share your tips, recipes, and successes, and learn from others who are on the same journey. Together, we can create a powerful movement for change. Section 9. A greener future. One delicious bite at a time. Imagine a future where our landfills are smaller, our resources are used more wisely, and our planet is healthier. By embracing the 1-hour zero-waste food challenge, we're taking a tangible step towards that brighter future. Every bite we take can be a conscious decision to reduce our impact and create a more sustainable world. Let's make every meal a celebration of delicious food and a commitment to a greener planet. Listen up, you donkey! Breakfast. Where waste sneaks in first. Spoiled milk, brown bananas, stale bread? Nah, not today. We're taking back control of the kitchen and turning those near misses into Michelin star-worthy morning meals. That's right, we're going zero waste, and it all starts right now. This isn't some amateur cooking show, this is about respect. Respect for your ingredients, respect for your time, and respect for your taste buds. We're done with throwing away perfectly good food. Today, we're elevating those leftovers into breakfast dishes so damn delicious, you'll be begging for more. Get your aprons on, and let's get this kitchen firing. First up, let's talk bananas. You see these beauties? They might look like they're ready for the compost bin. But hold on a second. These overripe bananas are actually a goldmine of flavor and nutrition. When bananas get to this stage, their natural sugars are at their peak, making them incredibly sweet and perfect for a variety of recipes. Blacker than my last overcooked steak, but don't you dare throw them out. These bananas are like hidden gems in your kitchen. They might not win any beauty contests, but their potential is off the charts. Think of them as the underdogs of the fruit world, ready to shine in the right recipe. These, my friends, are about to become the base of a breakfast smoothie. So smooth, so creamy, it'll make you want to slap your mama. Imagine starting your day with a drink that's not only delicious, but also packed with nutrients. Overripe bananas are rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, making them a powerhouse ingredient for your morning routine. Now, when life gives you overripe bananas, you peel them, you break them down, and you chuck them in the freezer. This simple step is a game changer. Freezing bananas not only preserves their sweetness, but also makes them incredibly versatile. You can use them in smoothies, baking, or even as a natural sweetener for your oatmeal. That's right, we're talking sub-zero temperatures. Freezing bananas is like hitting the pause button on their ripening process. It locks in all that goodness and makes them ready for action whenever you need them. Plus, frozen bananas add a creamy texture to your smoothies that you just can't get from fresh ones. This isn't rocket science, people, it's just good sense. By freezing your overripe bananas, you're not only reducing food waste, but also ensuring you always have a healthy ingredient on hand. It's a win-win situation. Once they're frozen solid, grab your blender and, for God's sake, make sure it's plugged in this time, and toss those frozen banana chunks in. This is where the magic happens. The frozen bananas will blend into a thick, creamy base that's perfect for any smoothie. Now, here's where you can get creative. A splash of milk, a dollop of yogurt, maybe even some almond milk if you're feeling fancy. The liquid helps the blender do its job and adds a bit of creaminess to the mix. A spoonful of peanut butter, whatever tickles your fancy. Peanut butter not only adds a rich, nutty flavor, but also packs in some protein, making your smoothie even more satisfying. You can also throw in some honey, chia seeds, or even a handful of spinach for an extra nutritional boost. Blend it all up until it's smooth as silk. The key here is to blend long enough to break down all the ingredients into a perfectly smooth consistency. No one wants to sip on a chunky smoothie, right? No banana chunks. You hear me? We're not savages. A well-blended smoothie should be silky and uniform, with no bits of banana or other ingredients floating around. It's all about that smooth, luxurious texture. Pour it into a glass, and there you have it. A breakfast of champions, made from bananas that were practically on death row. This smoothie is not just a drink. It's a testament to your resourcefulness and commitment to reducing food waste. This isn't just a smoothie. It's a testament to your newfound commitment to fighting food waste. By using those overripe bananas, you're making a positive impact on the environment and your health. It's a small step, but every little bit helps. And trust me, your taste buds will thank you for it. This smoothie is not only delicious, but also a great way to start your day on a healthy note. So next time you see those blackened bananas on your counter, remember, they're your secret weapon. Next up, we've got stale bread. You know, the kind that's been sitting around for a few days, getting harder and less appetizing by the minute. But don't worry, we're not about to let it go to waste. You know, the loaf that's been sitting on your counter, looking sadder than a dog that's lost its bone? Yeah, that one. It's time to give it a new lease on life. Don't even think about throwing it out. That would be a culinary crime. Instead, let's get creative and turn this potential waste into something wonderful. We're about to turn this culinary disaster into a breakfast fit for a king or a queen, or anyone who loves a good meal, really. First things first, we need to decide. French toast or croutons? Both are fantastic options, and each has its own unique charm. Both are bloody brilliant ways to use up stale bread and add a touch of class to your breakfast game. French toast is perfect for a sweet, indulgent morning treat, while croutons can elevate your salads and soups to a whole new level. For French toast, slice that bread up nice and thick. We're talking an inch, maybe even an inch and a half. Don't be shy. The thicker the slice, the better it will soak up all the delicious flavors. We're talking an inch, maybe even an inch and a half. Don't be shy. Thick slices will give you that perfect balance of crispy edges and a soft, custardy center. Now, whisk together some eggs, milk, a touch of cinnamon, and a splash of vanilla extract. This mixture is going to be the magic that transforms your stale bread into a breakfast delight. Give it a good whisk until it's all combined. You want the mixture to be smooth and well blended with no streaks of egg or milk. Now dunk those bread slices into the egg mixture, making sure they're fully coated. Let them soak up all that eggy goodness for a minute or two. This is where the magic happens. Let them soak up all that eggy goodness for a minute or two. The longer they soak, the more flavorful and moist your French toast will be. While they're soaking, heat up a pan with some butter. You want the pan to be nice and hot, but not smoking. The butter should melt and start to bubble, creating the perfect environment for cooking your French toast. Once the pan is nice and hot, carefully place those soaked bread slices onto the pan. Listen to that sizzle. That's the sound of deliciousness in the making. Cook them for a few minutes on each side until they're golden brown and crispy. You want them to be cooked through, with a beautiful golden crust on the outside. Serve them up with a knob of butter, a drizzle of maple syrup, and a sprinkle of powdered sugar. You can also add some fresh berries or a dollop of whipped cream if you're feeling fancy. Boom! You've just transformed stale bread into a breakfast masterpiece. Your taste buds will thank you, and so will anyone lucky enough to share this meal with you. Now, if croutons are more your style, cut the stale bread into cubes. The size of the cubes is up to you, but I recommend about half an inch to an inch. This will give you croutons that are crispy on the outside and slightly chewy on the inside. Toss them with some olive oil, salt, pepper, and any other herbs or spices you fancy. Garlic powder, dried oregano, and a pinch of paprika are all great options. Make sure each cube is well coated with the oil and seasonings. Spread them out on a baking sheet and bake them in a preheated oven until they're golden brown and crispy. This usually takes about 10-15 minutes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, but keep an eye on them to make sure they don't burn. Use them to top your salads, soups, or just snack on them straight from the oven. They're incredibly versatile and add a delightful crunch to any dish. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Whether you choose French toast or croutons, you'll have turned that sad, stale bread into something truly special. So next time you find yourself with a loaf that's past its prime, remember these recipes and give it a second chance to shine. Finally, let's talk yogurt. You know that container lurking in the back of your fridge, the one that's about to hit its expiration date? Yeah, that one. It's easy to overlook it, to push it aside for fresher options, but today, we're going to give it a new lease on life. Don't even think about letting it go to waste. That yogurt still has so much potential. It's creamy, tangy, and packed with probiotics that are great for your gut health. We're about to turn it into a breakfast parfait so delicious, so refreshing, it'll make you want to jump for joy. Imagine starting your day with a burst of flavors and textures that not only satisfy your taste buds, but also give you a nutritional boost. First, grab a glass or a bowl. The choice is yours. A glass gives you that beautiful layered look, while a bowl is perfect for mixing everything together. Now, spoon in a layer of that near-expired yogurt. Don't worry about the date. If it smells and tastes fine, it's good to go. This is the base of our parfait, so make it a generous layer. Don't be shy. We're going for layers here. The more layers, the more delightful each bite will be. Think of it as building a delicious, edible masterpiece. Next, add a layer of granola. This adds a wonderful crunch that contrasts beautifully with the creamy yogurt. Plus, granola is packed with fiber and nutrients. You can use store-bought or make your own. I'm not here to judge. Homemade granola can be customized with your favorite nuts, seeds, and sweeteners. But store-bought is convenient and just as tasty. Now, for the fun part, toppings. This is where you can really get creative and make the parfait your own. This is where you can let your creativity run wild. Think about what flavors and textures you love. Do you like it fruity, nutty, or maybe a bit of both? Fresh fruit, chopped nuts, a drizzle of honey, a sprinkle of chia seeds. The possibilities are endless. Each topping adds its own unique flavor and nutritional benefits. Keep layering your yogurt, granola, and toppings until your glass or bowl is full. The goal is to have a bit of everything in each spoonful, creating a symphony of flavors and textures. And there you have it, a breakfast parfait that's not only delicious but also a testament to your commitment to reducing food waste. It's a small step, but every little bit helps. So there you have it. You've taken something that was on the brink of being thrown away and turned it into a delightful, nutritious breakfast. 3 simple, delicious, and zero-waste breakfast recipes that will make you wonder why you ever threw away food in the first place. Each recipe is a celebration of creativity and sustainability. Now go forth and conquer your kitchen. Embrace the challenge of reducing food waste and enjoy the delicious rewards that come with it. Happy cooking! There you have it, you lot. 3 simple recipes to transform your leftover nightmares into breakfast dreams. Remember, wasting food is for amateurs. We're professionals here, and professionals respect their ingredients. Now, I want you to take a good hard look in your fridge. Find one item that's about to go bad. Make something with it right now. Post it and tag us with #ZeroWasteBreakfast. Let's show the world that we can cook delicious food without filling up our landfills. Get to it. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving headfirst into something I'm super passionate about, creating a zero-waste kitchen. It all starts with being mindful of what we bring into our homes, and there's no better place to start than right here in this beautiful farmer's market. The secret to going zero waste? Shop smart. Just like those beautiful hand-built farm tables we all love, going zero waste is about quality over quantity, and it's about appreciating the little things. It's about getting back to basics and embracing a simpler, more sustainable way of life. So grab your reusable bags, put on your shopping shoes, and let's explore some simple swaps and savvy shopping strategies that will help you reduce waste and create a more mindful kitchen. Now, before we even step foot into the market, let's talk about bags. Yes, those humble carriers that often go unnoticed but play such a crucial role in our shopping experience. We've all been there, juggling armfuls of groceries while trying to keep that one rogue plastic bag from spilling its contents all over the car floor. It's a balancing act that no one enjoys, and it often ends in frustration. Not only is it a recipe for disaster, but it's also a one-way ticket to a landfill. These plastic bags, used for mere minutes, can take hundreds of years to decompose, contributing to the ever-growing problem of plastic pollution. Instead of relying on those flimsy, single-use plastic bags, let's embrace the beauty of reusable bags. They are sturdy, reliable, and can be used countless times, making them a far more sustainable option. Think of them as your trusty sidekicks on your zero-waste journey. They come in various shapes, sizes, and materials, each designed to cater to different shopping needs. I like to have a variety on hand, some larger totes for bulkier items like boxes of cereal or large bags of rice. These bags are perfect for those big shopping trips where you need to carry a lot. A couple of medium-sized bags for produce, which are great for fruits and vegetables. These bags often have a bit of stretch to them, making them ideal for oddly shaped items like broccoli or a bunch of bananas. And a handful of those small, lightweight bags that are perfect for nuts, beans, or even a loaf of freshly baked bread. These smaller bags are also great for bulk bin items, allowing you to avoid the plastic bags provided by the store. And don't forget about containers. They are an essential part of a zero-waste shopping routine. Remember those glass jars and containers you've been saving? Now's their time to shine. These containers are perfect for storing a variety of items from pantry staples to leftovers. Give them a good wash, and they're ready to be filled with all sorts of goodies. Clean jars ensure that your food stays fresh and uncontaminated. I love using them for things like grains, nuts, and dried fruit. These items often come in plastic packaging, so bringing your own containers can significantly reduce waste. But you can get creative with it. Use them for spices, coffee beans, or even homemade snacks. The possibilities are endless. You know me, I love a good mason jar. They're versatile, durable, and look great on any pantry shelf. They're perfect for storing homemade salad dressings, overnight oats, or even a batch of my famous chocolate chip cookies. Zero-waste treats are the best kind. Plus, mason jars are easy to clean and can be used over and over again. Having a collection of reusable bags and containers on hand not only reduces waste, but also helps you stay organized. An organized pantry makes meal prep and grocery shopping a breeze. Plus, there's something so satisfying about unpacking your groceries, knowing that you're doing your part to protect our planet. Each small action adds up to make a big difference. I like to keep a designated spot in my pantry for all my reusable bags and containers. This way, I always know where they are, and they're easy to grab when heading out the door. That way, they're always within reach when I need them. No more scrambling to find a bag at the last minute. And trust me, once you make the switch, you'll wonder why you didn't do it sooner. The convenience and peace of mind that come with using reusable bags are unmatched. It's amazing how such a simple change can make such a big difference, not only for you, but for the environment as well. So, ditch those plastic bags and embrace the power of reusable. It's a small step that leads to a more sustainable lifestyle. Your pantry and the planet will thank you. By making this simple switch, you're contributing to a healthier, cleaner world for future generations. All right, y'all, now that we've got our reusable bags and containers ready to go, it's time to dive into the heart of our sustainable shopping journey. Let's talk about the stars of the show, the fruits and veggies. These vibrant gems are not just a feast for the eyes, but also a powerhouse of nutrition. And let me tell you, there's nothing quite like the vibrant colors and fresh scents of a farmer's market. It's an experience that engages all your senses. It's like stepping into a painter's palette with every hue imaginable. The reds, greens, yellows, and purples all come together to create a visual symphony. But as tempting as those prepackaged fruits and veggies might seem, let's take a walk on the wild side and explore the wonderful world of loose produce. It's a small step with a big impact. Trust me, it's where the real magic happens. When you choose loose produce, you're not just making a healthier choice for yourself, but also for the planet. Think about it. Those prepackaged fruits and veggies often come with unnecessary plastic wrapping, or those little styrofoam trays that end up in landfills. It's a cycle of waste that we can break. It breaks my heart to think about all that waste. Each piece of plastic takes hundreds of years to decompose, polluting our environment for generations. Choosing loose produce not only reduces waste, but also gives you the freedom to choose exactly what you need. You can handpick the freshest items and avoid overbuying. No more buying a whole package of celery just to use a couple of stalks. You can buy just the right amount, reducing food waste and saving money. Plus, when you buy loose produce, you're more likely to get to know the farmers who grew it. These connections add a personal touch to your shopping experience. They're a wealth of knowledge and can offer tips on how to store and prepare your fruits and veggies for maximum flavor. You might even discover new recipes and cooking techniques. I always make it a point to chat with the farmers and learn about their growing practices. It's a great way to ensure that you're getting the best quality produce. It's amazing to hear their stories and the passion they have for what they do. These stories make you appreciate the hard work and dedication that goes into growing your food. It makes you appreciate the food on your plate even more. Knowing the journey of your food from farm to table adds a special flavor to every bite. So the next time you're at the market, skip the plastic-wrapped produce and head straight for those beautiful displays of loose fruits and veggies. It's a choice that benefits both you and the environment. Your taste buds and the planet will thank you. By making this simple switch, you're contributing to a healthier planet and a more sustainable future. Now let's talk about something near and dear to my heart, embracing the beauty of imperfection. In a world obsessed with perfection, it's refreshing to find beauty in the unexpected and the unconventional. Just like those charming rustic furniture pieces we love to incorporate into our homes, fruits and veggies come in all shapes and sizes, and sometimes they have a little extra character. These unique shapes and forms tell a story of their own, a story of resilience and natural growth. You know what I'm talking about? Those oddly shaped carrots, the ones that look like they have legs or are dancing. They might make you smile or even laugh, but they are just as nutritious and delicious as any other carrot. Those tomatoes with a little extra curve, almost as if they have their own personality. They might not fit the mold of what a tomato should look like, but they are bursting with flavor and nutrients. Those potatoes that look like they've got a story to tell. Each bump and curve is a testament to their journey from the soil to your table. They might not win any beauty contests, but let me tell you, they're just as delicious as their picture-perfect counterparts. In fact, their imperfections often make them more interesting and enjoyable to eat. In fact, sometimes, those ugly fruits and veggies are even tastier. Their unique growth patterns can lead to concentrated flavors and textures that are simply delightful. They're often bursting with flavor because they've been allowed to ripen naturally on the vine. This natural ripening process enhances their taste and nutritional value, making them a true treat for your taste buds. Plus, buying them helps reduce food waste, which is a win-win in my book. By choosing these imperfect gems, you're supporting farmers and helping to create a more sustainable food system. Think about it. So much perfectly good produce gets thrown away simply because it doesn't meet those unrealistic beauty standards. This waste is not only a loss of food, but also a waste of the resources used to grow it. It's time to change the narrative and embrace the beauty of imperfection. By doing so, we can make a positive impact on our environment and our communities. I love challenging myself to create delicious meals using those ugly fruits and veggies. It's a fun and rewarding experience that pushes my creativity in the kitchen. It's amazing what you can come up with. From hearty stews to vibrant salads, the possibilities are endless. So, the next time you're at the market, don't be afraid to pick up those quirky-looking carrots or that wonky tomato. Embrace their uniqueness and enjoy the culinary adventure they offer. Trust me, they'll taste just as good, if not better, than their more conventionally attractive counterparts. Let's celebrate the beauty of ugly produce and make a difference, one delicious bite at a time. Well, there you have it, folks. My top secrets for shopping like a pro and creating a more zero-waste kitchen. Remember, it's all about taking small, sustainable steps that add up to make a big difference. Next time you shop, only pick produce without plastic packaging. Bonus points for ugly fruits. It's a fun challenge that will make you more mindful of your choices and help reduce waste. And remember, building a zero-waste kitchen is a journey, not a destination. So be patient with yourself, have fun with it, and celebrate your successes along the way. As it helps to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and conserve natural resources. Composting is...
Listen up, you donkey. Throwing out food? In this economy? You've got to be kidding me. We're not running a bloody charity here. That's why today I'm showing you how to transform last night's disaster, I mean dinner, into a lunchtime feast. Okay, it's lunchtime, and guess what? Leftovers are your BFF. Don't even think about ordering that takeaway. We're about to get creative and show those leftovers who's boss. Get ready to learn some proper cooking, you hear me? We're about to turn that fridge into a culinary masterpiece. All right, let's see what we've got here. Leftovers can be a bit of a challenge, but with a little creativity they can be transformed into something spectacular. Roasted veggies, chicken. These are the building blocks of a fantastic meal. Looks like a decent start, not completely bloody raw. But we can do better than just reheating this. Now don't even think about shoving this back in the microwave and calling it a day. Microwaving leftovers often results in a sad, soggy mess. We're going to elevate this, you hear me? With a few simple steps, we can turn these leftovers into a meal that feels fresh and exciting. First, grab yourself a pita bread. This will serve as the perfect vessel for our revamped meal. None of that store-bought, pre-packaged rubbish. Fresh pita makes all the difference. Find a decent bakery, for God's sake. The quality of your ingredients will shine through in the final dish. Now, a drizzle of olive oil inside the pita. This adds a lovely richness and helps to keep everything moist. Not a flood, you're not drowning the bloody thing, just a touch. The olive oil will also help to crisp up the pita when we toast it later. Next, chop up those roasted veggies. This will make them easier to eat and distribute evenly throughout the pita. Make sure they're bite-sized unless you want to choke on your lunch. Smaller pieces also mean more surface area for flavour. And for God's sake, no soggy bits. Soggy vegetables can ruin the texture of your meal. Chicken looking a bit dry? Don't worry, we've got a solution for that. Here's a little trick. A dollop of hummus will sort that right out. Hummus adds moisture and a lovely creamy texture. Spread it on the pita, nice and even. This will act as a flavorful base for our other ingredients. Now, layer on those veggies, then the chicken. This way, every bite will have a bit of everything. Don't be shy, pile it high. The more, the merrier. This is your chance to make a hearty, satisfying meal. A sprinkle of feta cheese for a bit of tang. Feta adds a nice salty contrast to the other flavors. Roll that pita up tight, like you're tucking a baby into bed. This will keep all the ingredients snug and prevent any spills. Now here's the important part. A hot pan, a touch of oil, and we're toasting this bad boy until it's golden brown and crispy. This step adds a wonderful crunch and brings everything together. There you have it, a gourmet lunch made from yesterday's leftovers. Who knew leftovers could look this good? Stop making excuses and start cooking. With a little effort, you can turn any leftovers into a meal worth savoring.
By adopting these simple habits into our daily life,
Right, you lot, open your fridges. What do you see? Is it a treasure trove of ingredients or a wasteland of forgotten leftovers? Either way, we're about to turn whatever you have into a culinary delight. Don't tell me it's just takeout containers and that moldy science experiment in the back. We've all been there, but today we're going to make something extraordinary out of the ordinary. We're going on a fridge raid, and I want to see some creativity. Dig deep, find those hidden gems. Even if it looks like it's past its prime, we can work some magic. Got some leftover lettuce? Good. Wilted? Doesn't matter, we'll fix it. A quick soak in ice water can bring it back to life. Trust me, it's worth the effort. Tomatoes looking a bit sad? Slice them up, sprinkle with a bit of salt, and let them sit for a few minutes. This simple trick draws out the moisture and intensifies the flavor, making them taste fresh again. Draws out the moisture, brings back the flavor. It's like giving them a second chance at life. And who doesn't love a good comeback story? Now here's where it gets interesting. This is where your creativity can really shine. Look for those odd bits and pieces that you might not think to use together. Leftover grilled chicken? Dice it up. It's a great source of protein and adds a hearty element to your salad. Plus, it's already cooked, so it saves you time. Roasted peppers? Chuck 'em in. They add a sweet, smoky flavor that can elevate your salad from mundane to magnificent. That weird cheese you got on sale and swore you'd use? Now's your chance. Cheese adds richness and depth, and a little goes a long way. Don't be afraid to experiment. This is your chance to play with flavors and textures. Mix and match and see what works. You might just discover a new favorite combination. A handful of nuts for crunch, whether it's almonds, walnuts, or even sunflower seeds. They add a satisfying texture and a boost of healthy fats. Some dried cranberries for sweetness. They provide a lovely contrast to the savory elements and a pop of color. The key is balance, you hear me? You want a mix of flavors and textures that complement each other. Think about what each ingredient brings to the table, and for God's sake, the dressing. This is what ties everything together. It's the final touch that can make or break your salad. None of that bottled rubbish. Homemade dressing is so much better and surprisingly easy to make. Olive oil, lemon juice, salt, pepper. Simple, fresh, delicious. You can also add a bit of honey or mustard for extra flavor. Toss it all together, and what have you got? A symphony of flavors, a culinary masterpiece, all from the depths of your fridge. It's amazing what you can create with a bit of imagination. A symphony of flavors, a culinary masterpiece, all from the depths of your fridge. This is the art of the anything goes salad, see? Leftovers don't have to be boring. With a little creativity and some basic know-how, you can turn them into something truly special. So go ahead, raid your fridge and make your own anything-goes salad. Bon appetit! Chapter 3. Freezer Heroes Portioning for Future Feasts. Listen, I get it. Life gets busy. Between work, family, and personal commitments, it often feels like there aren't enough hours in the day. You're running around like a headless chicken, trying to juggle work, family, and everything in between. The kitchen can quickly become a chaotic place, with pots boiling over and timers beeping incessantly. But that's no excuse for letting good food go to waste. Food waste is not only bad for your wallet, but also for the environment. Imagine all the resources that went into growing, transporting and preparing that food, only for it to end up in the trash. That's where our little friend the freezer comes in. It's more than just a cold box, it's a time machine for your meals, preserving the flavors and nutrients for future enjoyment. Now, I'm not talking about chucking everything in a plastic bag and hoping for the best. A disorganized freezer can be just as frustrating as a cluttered kitchen. You need a system. We're going to do this right. A well-organized freezer can be a lifesaver on those hectic days when you just don't have the time or energy to cook from scratch. First things first, invest in some decent containers. Quality containers are essential for maintaining the integrity of your food. They prevent freezer burn and keep your meals tasting fresh. Glass is best, but good quality plastic will do. Glass containers are durable and don't retain odors, but if you're worried about breakage, sturdy plastic containers are a good alternative. Make sure they're freezer safe. You don't want any explosions in there. Next, portion control. Freezer safe labels are also a must. They help you keep track of what's inside and when it was stored. Are you cooking for a family of 5 or just yourself? Knowing your audience helps you portion correctly. Divide those leftovers into single or double servings, so you can defrost only what you need. This way, you avoid wasting food and ensure that every meal is as fresh as possible. Label everything clearly with the date and what's inside. Trust me, you don't want to play the guessing game when you're hungry and in a hurry. Trust me, you'll thank me later. An organized freezer can bring a sense of calm and control to your kitchen. Now here's a little trick. Freeze flat. This method not only saves space, but also speeds up the defrosting process. It saves space and makes defrosting a breeze. Flat-packed food can be stacked neatly, making it easier to find what you need. Soups, stews, sauces, they all freeze beautifully. These types of dishes are perfect for freezing because they maintain their texture and flavor when reheated. So there you have it. With these tips, your freezer can become your best ally in the kitchen. With a little planning and organization, you can turn those leftovers into future feasts. Meal planning becomes a breeze when you have a stockpile of ready-to-eat meals at your disposal, and your wallet will thank you for it. Not only will you save money by reducing food waste, but you'll also save on those last-minute takeout orders. Happy freezing! So there you have it, you lot. 3 simple ways to turn those leftovers into lunchtime legends. No more excuses, get in that kitchen and get creative. Comment below. What's the weirdest food combo you would try? Let's see what culinary abominations you can come up with. And remember, waste not, want not. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a fridge full of possibilities to explore. Gap 2S. Now let's dive into the world of sandwiches. The humble sarnie needn't be boring, especially when you've got a fridge full of leftovers. Here are some creative sandwich ideas that will make your taste buds dance. Gap 2S. First up, the Sunday roast special. Take leftover roast meat, a dollop of gravy, some crispy roast potatoes, and a handful of greens. Pile it all between 2 slices of crusty bread, and you've got a feast fit for a king. Gap 2S. Next, the Veggie Delight. Got some roasted veggies from last night? Perfect. Layer them with hummus, a sprinkle of feta cheese, and a dash of balsamic glaze. Pop it all into a wrap or a baguette, and voila, a veggie masterpiece. Gap 2S. Fancy something a bit different? Try the Asian fusion wrap. Use leftover stir-fry, a splash of soy sauce, and a bit of sriracha for a kick. Wrap it all up in a tortilla, and you've got a flavor explosion ready to go. Gap 2S. And for the sweet tooth, the breakfast bonanza. Spread some peanut butter on toast, add leftover banana slices, a drizzle of honey and a sprinkle of cinnamon. It's breakfast, but not as you know it. Gap 2S. There you have it, folks. 4 sensational sandwich ideas that make use of those leftovers in the most delicious ways possible. Remember, the only limit is your imagination, so get experimenting and share your creations in the comments below. Happy sandwich making! Gap 2S. Now let's give a new lease of life to that leftover pasta sitting in your fridge. With a bit of creativity, you can transform it into a whole new dish that's just as delightful as the original. Here are some fantastic pasta makeover ideas. Gap 2S. First up, the pasta frittata. Whisk some eggs, mix in your leftover pasta, add a handful of grated cheese and a sprinkle of herbs. Pour it into a hot oiled pan and cook until golden brown. Slice it up and you've got a hearty breakfast or lunch that's packed with flavor. Gap 2S. Next, the pasta bake extravaganza. Layer your leftover pasta in a baking dish, top with a rich tomato sauce, a generous helping of cheese, and bake until bubbly and golden. It's comfort food at its finest, and nobody will guess it's made from leftovers. Gap 2S. Fancy something a bit lighter? Try the pasta salad supreme. Toss your cold pasta with a mix of fresh veggies, some olives, a handful of feta cheese, and a drizzle of your favorite dressing. It's a refreshing and satisfying meal that's perfect for a quick lunch or a picnic. Gap 2S. And for a touch of indulgence, the creamy pasta reheat. Heat your pasta in a pan with a splash of cream, a knob of butter, and a sprinkle of parmesan. Stir until it's creamy and delicious and serve with a side of garlic bread for a meal that's pure comfort. Gap 2S. There you have it, folks. 4 inventive ways to give your leftover pasta a makeover. Remember, the key is to be creative and have fun in the kitchen. Share your pasta creations in the comments below, and happy cooking. Gap 2S. Now let's talk about those leftover vegetables. Rather than letting them go to waste, why not transform them into a delicious stir-fry? It's quick, easy, and incredibly versatile. Here's how you can do it. Gap 2S. Start by heating a splash of oil in a large pan or wok over medium-high heat. Add some chopped garlic and ginger to the pan and sauté until fragrant. This will be the flavor base for your stir-fry. Gap 2S. Next, toss in your leftover vegetables. Whether it's carrots, bell peppers, broccoli, or even some green beans, they all work beautifully in a stir-fry. Cook them for a few minutes until they start to soften. Gap 2S. Now it's time to add some protein. Leftover chicken, beef, tofu, or even a handful of nuts can really elevate your stir-fry. Stir everything together and let it cook until the vegetables are tender yet still crisp. Gap 2S. For the sauce, mix together some soy sauce, a bit of honey or brown sugar, a splash of rice vinegar, and a touch of chili flakes for heat. Pour this over your stir-fry and toss everything until well coated and heated through. Gap 2S. Finally, serve your stir-fry over a bed of steamed rice or noodles and sprinkle with some sesame seeds and chopped spring onions for a bit of extra crunch and flavor. Gap 2S. There you have it. A vibrant, tasty stir-fry made entirely from leftovers. It's a fantastic way to reduce waste and enjoy a nutritious meal. Don't forget to share your favorite stir-fry combinations in the comments below. Happy cooking! Gap 2S. Now that we've mastered the art of stir-fry, let's turn our attention to another common leftover, rice. Don't let that leftover rice sit in the fridge and go to waste. With a few simple ingredients, you can transform it from bland to grand. Gap 2S. Begin by heating a tablespoon of oil in a large pan over medium heat. You can use vegetable oil, sesame oil, or even a bit of butter for extra richness. Gap 2S. Once the oil is hot, add some finely chopped onions and garlic. Sauté until they turn golden and aromatic. This will add a lovely depth of flavor to your rice. Gap 2S. Now toss in your leftover rice. Break up any clumps with a spatula and spread it evenly in the pan. Let it cook undisturbed for a couple of minutes to get a nice crispy texture on the bottom. Gap 2S. Next, add your choice of mix-ins. This could be anything from frozen peas, diced carrots and sweet corn to chopped leftover chicken or prawns. Stir everything together and cook until heated through. Gap 2S. For seasoning, you can keep it simple with just salt and pepper, or go all out with a splash of soy sauce, a dash of fish sauce, or even a sprinkle of curry powder. Adjust to your taste. Gap 2S. For a finishing touch, crack an egg into the pan and scramble it into the rice for added richness and protein. Garnish with chopped spring onions and perhaps a drizzle of sriracha for some heat. Gap 2S. And there you have it, a delightful, flavor-packed rice dish that's far from boring. It's a great way to make the most of your leftovers and enjoy a satisfying meal. Be sure to share your own leftover rice creations in the comments. Happy cooking! Gap 2S. Now that we've turned bland rice into a grand dish, let's sweeten things up by transforming your leftover desserts into delightful new treats. Gap 2S. Don't let that half-eaten cake or those few remaining cookies go to waste. Gap 2S. With a bit of creativity, you can give them a second life. Gap 2S. Let's start with leftover cake. Crumble it up into fine pieces and mix it with a bit of frosting or cream cheese. Roll the mixture into small balls and dip them in melted chocolate. Place them on a baking sheet and let them chill in the fridge until set. Voila, you've made delicious cake pops. Gap 2S. Next, let's tackle those leftover cookies. Crush them into crumbs and layer them in a glass with whipped cream or yogurt and your favorite fruits. This creates a quick and easy parfait that's perfect for a light dessert or even breakfast. Gap 2S. Have some leftover pie? Turn it into a pie milkshake. Simply blend a slice of pie with a scoop of ice cream and some milk until smooth. Pour it into a glass and top with whipped cream for an indulgent treat that's sure to satisfy any sweet tooth. Gap 2S. And don't forget about leftover pastries or donuts. Slice them into bite-sized pieces and toast them lightly in the oven. Serve with a dipping sauce of melted chocolate or fruit compote for a fun and tasty snack. Gap 2S. These are just a few ideas to get you started. The possibilities are endless when it comes to repurposing leftover desserts. So next time you have some sweet treats lingering around, don't toss them out. Transform them into something new and delightful. Happy creating!
Listen up, you lot. Are you tired of tossing out perfectly good food? Throwing away money? I'm talking about those vegetable scraps you carelessly chuck in the bin. It's time to get creative with scraps. We're diving headfirst into the scrap cooking challenge. I'm going to show you how to transform your kitchen waste into culinary gold. We're talking about turning those sad, neglected bits into dishes so delicious, you'll wonder why you ever threw them away in the first place. Get your aprons ready, sharpen your knives, and let's get cooking. Right, you Muppets! Gather round because today we're diving into something truly special. We're talking about carrot tops. Yes, those leafy greens you usually toss away without a second thought. Have you been throwing away your carrot tops? What a bloody waste. Those greens are not just edible. They're absolutely delicious and packed with nutrients. Those leafy greens are packed with flavor, more vibrant and fresh than the carrot itself. Imagine the burst of freshness they can add to your dishes. Don't even think about tossing them in the bin. Instead, let's turn them into something extraordinary. First, give those carrot tops a good wash. You want to make sure all the dirt and grit are thoroughly removed. We don't want any dirt or grit ending up in our pesto. A clean wash ensures a clean taste. Chop them roughly. We're not looking for perfection here, just a bit of a rough chop. This will make it easier to blend later. Now, for the good stuff. Gather your ingredients because we're about to make some magic. In a blender, we'll add our chopped carrot tops, which will be the star of our pesto. A generous glug of olive oil. Don't be shy with it. This will help everything blend smoothly and add richness. A handful of toasted pine nuts, which will give our pesto a lovely nutty flavor and a bit of texture. A couple of cloves of garlic. Use more if you like, depending on how garlicky you want it. Garlic adds a nice punch. And a good grating of Parmesan cheese. This will add a salty, umami depth to our pesto. Blitz it all up until it forms a rough paste. Taste it. Need seasoning, yeah? Salt and pepper, but go easy at first. You can always add more, but you can't take it out once it's in. You can always add more. Remember, it's easier to adjust the seasoning gradually. Too thick? A splash of water will loosen it up. Adjust the consistency to your liking. Too thin? More cheese, you donkey. Cheese will thicken it up and add more flavor. This pesto is amazing tossed with pasta, spread on crusty bread, or even as a dip for veggies, or even as a marinade for chicken. See? Stop wasting food. Use every part of your vegetables and enjoy the incredible flavors they have to offer. Listen up, you think I'm joking? Well, let me tell you, this is no joke. What if I told you that the humble onion skin, something you probably toss in the trash without a second thought, could be transformed into a culinary treasure. Intrigued? You should be. Onion skins? Yes, you heard right. Those seemingly useless papery layers that you peel off and discard are actually a goldmine of flavor and nutrients. They are packed with antioxidants and can add a depth of flavor to your dishes that you won't believe until you try it. Those papery layers you usually chuck away are a gold mine of flavor. Imagine infusing your soups, stews, and sauces with a rich, complex taste that elevates your cooking to a whole new level. It's like discovering a secret ingredient that's been hiding in plain sight all along. They'll give your stock a depth and richness you won't believe. The natural sugars in the onion skins caramelize beautifully, creating a broth that's not only flavorful but also visually stunning with its golden hue. It's like liquid gold, and it's all from something you were going to throw away. Don't give me that look. I know it sounds too good to be true, but trust me on this one. The next time you're peeling onions, save those skins. You'll thank me later when you're savoring the incredible flavors in your homemade stock. Just get your stock pot ready. This is going to be a game changer in your kitchen. Not only will you be reducing waste, but you'll also be creating something truly special. So let's get started, shall we? We're going to start with a couple of onions worth of skins. Don't worry if they look a bit rough around the edges. Those imperfections are where the magic happens. The more skins you have, the richer your stock will be. Don't worry if they're a bit dirty. A quick rinse under the tap is all they need. Just make sure to remove any dirt or debris. You want your stock to be clean and pure, capturing all the goodness of the onion skins without any unwanted extras. Now, into the pot with the skins. This is where the transformation begins. As the skins start to heat up, they'll release their flavors and nutrients into the water, creating a base that's far superior to any store-bought stock. Add some cold water, enough to cover the skins generously. You want to give them plenty of room to release all their goodness. The water will slowly take on a beautiful golden color as it absorbs the flavors from the skins. We need some aromatics in there too. These will complement the onion skins and add even more depth to your stock. Think of it as building layers of flavor, each one enhancing the next. A couple of carrots, roughly chopped, a stick of celery, and don't worry about chopping them too finely. We're going for rustic here. The goal is to extract as much flavor as possible, and these aromatics will do just that, and a few sprigs of parsley. Fresh herbs add a brightness to the stock that balances out the richness of the onion skins. Parsley is perfect for this, but feel free to experiment with other herbs like thyme or rosemary. And for the love of God, don't forget a bay leaf. This humble leaf adds a subtle, earthy note that ties all the flavors together. It's a small addition, but it makes a big difference. Bring it all to a simmer and let it bubble away for at least an hour. This slow cooking process allows all the flavors to meld together, creating a stock that's rich, complex, and utterly delicious. You'll know it's ready when the kitchen smells divine and the stock has taken on a beautiful golden color. The aroma will fill your home, making everyone wonder what amazing dish you're preparing. Strain it through a fine mesh sieve and chuck away the solids. What you're left with is pure, liquid gold. This stock is packed with flavor and ready to be used in a variety of dishes. This stock is the base for countless dishes. From soups and stews to risottos and sauces, the possibilities are endless. You'll find yourself reaching for this stock time and time again. Soups, stews, risottos, you name it. This stock will elevate any dish you use it in, adding a depth of flavor that's hard to achieve with store-bought options. It's a million times better than anything you can buy in a shop. Homemade stock has a freshness and complexity that you just can't get from a carton or a cube. Plus, you made it yourself, from something that would have otherwise gone to waste. And you made it from scraps. How amazing is that? Not only are you creating something delicious, but you're also being resourceful and reducing waste. It's a win-win situation. So the next time you're peeling onions, remember, those skins are liquid gold. You see this broccoli stalk? Most people look at this and think it's just a waste product, something to be discarded without a second thought. But what if I told you that this humble stalk is actually a hidden gem in the culinary world? You probably think it's going straight in the bin. And you're not alone. Many people throw away the stalks, thinking they're tough, fibrous, and not worth the effort. But that's where they're wrong. Wrong. This, my friend, is a culinary blank canvas. With a little bit of love and creativity, we can transform this overlooked part of the broccoli into something truly special. We're going to turn this into a slaw so good, you'll be fighting over the last bite. Imagine a dish that's not only delicious, but also helps reduce food waste. It's a win-win. First, trim off any tough outer layers from the stalk. These outer layers can be a bit too fibrous and chewy, so we want to get rid of them. To reveal the tender core inside, we just want the tender, juicy core. This is where all the magic happens. The core is packed with flavor and has a wonderful texture that's perfect for our slaw. Now get your grater and shred the stalk into a bowl. Grating the stalk helps to break it down into thin, manageable pieces that will blend beautifully with the other ingredients. We want nice, thin strips. These thin strips will absorb the dressing better and provide a delightful crunch in every bite. To give our slaw some crunch, we're going to add some shredded cabbage. Cabbage is a classic slaw ingredient and adds a great texture and flavor. Red or white, it doesn't matter. Both types of cabbage work wonderfully in this slaw, so use whichever you have on hand or prefer. A handful of chopped fresh herbs is next. Fresh herbs add a burst of flavor and a touch of color to our slaw. Parsley, dill, chives, whatever you've got. Now for the dressing. The dressing is what ties everything together and elevates the flavors of the slaw. We need something sharp and tangy to cut through the richness of the broccoli and cabbage. A well-balanced dressing will make all the difference. Mix together some mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, a squeeze of lemon juice, and a pinch of sugar. These ingredients create a creamy, tangy dressing that's perfect for our slaw. Season it generously with salt and pepper. Seasoning is key to bringing out the flavors of the ingredients and making the slaw truly delicious. Pour the dressing over the slaw and give it a good mix. Make sure every piece of broccoli and cabbage is coated with the dressing. Taste it. Needs more zing? Add more lemon juice? Too sharp? A touch more sugar will balance it out. Adjusting the seasoning to your taste is important. A touch more sugar will balance it out. There you have it, a delicious and vibrant slaw made with ingredients you were about to throw away. A delicious and vibrant slaw made with ingredients you were about to throw away. This slaw is not only tasty, but also a great way to reduce food waste and make the most of your ingredients. Don't tell me you're not impressed. This slaw is proof that with a little creativity, you can turn something ordinary into something extraordinary. So next time you have broccoli stalks, don't throw them away. Turn them into a delicious slaw and enjoy every bite. There you have it. 3 incredible dishes, all made from scraps that would have ended up in the bin. Don't tell me you're not inspired. I want you to take the scrap cooking challenge. Set a 5-minute timer. How many edible things can you make from your scraps? Go. Share your pics with #Scraps Challenge. I'm watching and I expect great things. Now get to it.
From the lush rainforests to the arid deserts, the natural world thrives on a delicate balance. Resources are used, broken down, and recycled in a continuous cycle of life. In forests, fallen leaves and dead trees decompose, enriching the soil. Even the mightiest predator leaves behind scraps, remnants of a meal that nourish the very ground they walk upon. In deserts, animal remains quickly break down, providing nutrients for hardy plants. Even the best of us have some scraps left over. In wetlands, plant matter decays slowly, creating rich, fertile soil. That's where composting saves the day. It's a simple yet powerful act, mimicking nature's grand design. Here, in the concrete jungle of our cities, space is often limited. The towering buildings and bustling streets leave little room for nature to thrive. Yet, amidst this urban sprawl, a quiet revolution is taking place. It's a movement that seeks to bring a touch of green to even the smallest of spaces. But even the smallest balcony can become a haven for composting. Imagine transforming your tiny outdoor space into a productive, eco-friendly corner. With just a few plants and a compact compost bin, you can start making a difference. It's not just about reducing waste. It's about creating a sustainable lifestyle right in the heart of the city. Ingenious designs, no larger than a bucket, allow us to compost even in the most confined spaces. These small compost bins are perfect for urban dwellers. They fit neatly on balconies, patios, or even under the kitchen sink. Despite their size, they are incredibly efficient, turning food scraps into valuable compost that can nourish your plants. These miniature ecosystems teem with life, as microscopic creatures work tirelessly to break down our food scraps. Bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms play a crucial role in this process. They break down organic matter, turning it into nutrient-rich compost. It's a fascinating process, one that highlights the incredible power of nature. Worms, Those humble denizens of the earth are particularly adept at this task, transforming kitchen waste into rich, fertile compost. Vermicomposting, as it's called, is an efficient and effective way to manage organic waste. The worms consume the waste and produce castings, which are an excellent soil conditioner. It's a natural, sustainable way to recycle food scraps. It's a testament to the adaptability of nature, finding a foothold even amidst the hustle and bustle of urban life. These small compost bins are a symbol of resilience and sustainability. They show that even in the most unlikely places, nature can thrive. It's a reminder that we can all play a part in creating a greener, more sustainable world. So, even if you think you don't have the room, there's likely a composting solution perfectly suited to your needs. Whether you live in a high-rise apartment or a small house with limited outdoor space, there's a compost bin that can fit your lifestyle. It's about making the most of what you have and finding creative ways to live sustainably. The tiny bin revolution is here, and it's transforming urban living, one small space at a time. One useful tip for urban composting is to use composting bags. These bags can help manage food scraps more efficiently and keep your compost bin clean. They're biodegradable and can be added directly to the compost bin, making the process even more convenient. Let's take a look at some success stories from urban composters. Many city dwellers have embraced composting and transformed their small spaces into green oases. Their experiences show that with a bit of creativity and commitment, anyone can contribute to a more sustainable urban environment. But what if you have no outdoor space at all? Living in an urban environment often means limited access to green spaces, and for many, the idea of composting seems out of reach. High-rise buildings and apartment complexes dominate the skyline, leaving little room for personal gardens or compost bins. However, the lack of a backyard doesn't mean you have to miss out on the benefits of composting. Fear not, for the spirit of composting extends beyond the confines of our homes. Urban composting initiatives have been gaining momentum, providing innovative solutions for city dwellers. These programs are designed to make composting accessible to everyone, regardless of their living situation. From rooftop gardens to community composting projects, urban areas are finding creative ways to turn food waste into valuable compost. In many communities, a network of compost drop-off points has sprung up, offering a lifeline for those without their own bins. These drop-off points are strategically located throughout the city, making it convenient for residents to participate. Whether it's a local park, a community centre, or even a designated spot on your street, these collection points are easily accessible. These designated locations, often found at farmers' markets or community gardens, serve as collection points for our food scraps. Farmers' markets are particularly popular because they are already hubs of sustainability and local food production. Community gardens, on the other hand, provide a direct link between composting and gardening, showing the full cycle of food production and waste reduction. From there, the collected waste is transported to larger composting facilities, where it undergoes its transformation into nutrient-rich soil. These facilities are equipped with the technology and expertise to handle large volumes of organic waste, ensuring that it is processed efficiently and effectively. The end product is a rich, dark compost that can be used to enrich gardens, parks, and even urban green spaces. It's a wonderful example of collective action, as individuals come together to make a difference. Community composting projects often rely on volunteers who are passionate about sustainability and eager to contribute. These projects not only help reduce waste, but also foster a sense of community and shared purpose. By working together, we can achieve more than we ever could alone. By participating in these programs, we not only reduce our environmental impact, but also strengthen the bonds within our communities. The act of composting becomes more than just a way to manage waste. It becomes a communal activity that brings people together. Celebrating our composting efforts reminds us of the positive impact we can have when we work collectively towards a common goal. So even in the heart of the city, the spirit of composting thrives, proving that with a little creativity and cooperation, we can all contribute to a greener, more sustainable world. Let's hear from some of the community members and organizers who are at the forefront of these initiatives. Their stories and experiences highlight the transformative power of community composting.
Being part of the community composting project has been incredibly rewarding. Not only do we reduce waste, but we also create something valuable for our gardens and green spaces.
Our goal is to make composting accessible to everyone. We organize workshops and provide resources to help people get started no matter where they live.
These interviews showcase the diverse range of community composting initiatives and the passionate individuals behind them. From rooftop gardens to urban composting projects, these efforts are making a significant impact on our environment and our communities. By coming together and sharing our knowledge and resources, we can create a more sustainable future. Community composting is not just about managing waste, it's about building stronger, more connected communities. So let's continue to support and celebrate these initiatives, and remember that every small action contributes to a larger positive change. Every piece of fruit peel, every eggshell, every coffee ground is an opportunity to nourish the earth. Composting, whether in a tiny bin on our balcony or through a community drop-off point, is a simple yet profound act. It's a way to reconnect with the natural world, to participate in the ancient cycle of life, death, and renewal. And as we embrace these practices, we take a step closer to a greener, more sustainable future for all. Imagine the impact if every household took up composting. The organic waste that usually ends up in landfills, contributing to greenhouse gas emissions, could instead be transformed into nutrient-rich soil. This soil can then be used to grow our food, creating a beautiful, sustainable loop. Community composting initiatives bring people together, fostering a sense of shared responsibility and connection. These programs not only reduce waste, but also educate and inspire individuals to make more environmentally conscious choices in their daily lives. The benefits of composting extend beyond our immediate surroundings. Healthier soil leads to healthier plants, which in turn support healthier ecosystems. The ripple effect of composting can be felt far and wide, contributing to the overall well-being of our planet. By adopting composting practices, we are not just managing waste, we are actively participating in the stewardship of our environment. Each small action adds up, creating a collective movement towards a more sustainable and harmonious world. Together we can cultivate a greener future for generations to come. To start composting, begin by setting up a small bin in your kitchen or balcony. Collect fruit peels, vegetable scraps, coffee grounds, and eggshells. Ensure a balance of green and brown materials and turn the compost regularly to aerate it. If space is limited, look for local community composting programs where you can drop off your organic waste. By taking these steps, you can make a significant impact on the environment and contribute to a healthier planet. Gap 3S. Now that we've explored the practical and community aspects of composting, let's dive into the fascinating science behind it. Composting is more than just a way to manage waste. It's a natural process driven by various biological and chemical reactions. At its core, composting is the breakdown of organic matter by microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi. These tiny organisms are the unsung heroes of composting, working tirelessly to transform waste into valuable, nutrient-rich soil. When we add organic materials like fruit peels, vegetable scraps, and coffee grounds to our compost bin, we are essentially creating a feast for these microorganisms. They consume the organic matter and, in the process, break it down into simpler compounds. This decomposition process generates heat, which is why a well-maintained compost pile can become quite warm. The composting process can be divided into three main stages: the mesophilic phase, the thermophilic phase, and the maturation phase. In the mesophilic phase, mesophilic bacteria thrive at moderate temperatures and begin the breakdown of easily degradable materials. As the temperature rises, thermophilic bacteria take over in the thermophilic phase, breaking down more complex materials like cellulose and lignin. This phase is crucial for killing off pathogens and weed seeds, making the compost safe to use. Finally, in the maturation phase, the temperature gradually decreases and mesophilic bacteria return to finish the decomposition process. Fungi and actinomycetes also play a significant role during this phase, breaking down any remaining tough materials. The result is dark, crumbly compost, rich in humus, ready to nourish the soil and support plant growth. Understanding the science behind composting helps us appreciate the intricate balance of life and decay that sustains our ecosystems. By managing our compost piles effectively, maintaining the right balance of green and brown materials, ensuring proper aeration, and monitoring moisture levels, we can create optimal conditions for these microorganisms to thrive. In essence, composting is a celebration of life cycles, turning what we consider waste into a resource that feeds the earth. It's a testament to nature's ability to recycle and renew, reminding us of our role in this beautiful, interconnected web of life. So the next time you toss a banana peel or coffee ground into your compost bin, remember the incredible journey it embarks on, driven by the power of microorganisms. Embrace the science of composting and become a steward of the environment, one handful of compost at a time. Gap 3S. Now that we've explored the science behind traditional composting, let's take a closer look at some advanced composting techniques that can further enhance your waste management practices. These methods not only accelerate the composting process, but also offer unique benefits for different types of organic waste. Today, we'll dive into vermicomposting and bokashi composting, complete with step-by-step guides to get you started. First up, vermicomposting. This technique uses worms, specifically red wigglers, to break down organic waste. Vermicomposting is ideal for those with limited outdoor space, as it can be done indoors using a worm bin. Here's how you can set up your own vermicomposting system. Step 1. Choose a suitable container. A plastic or wooden bin with a lid works well. Ensure it has small holes for ventilation and drainage. Step 2. Add bedding material. This can be shredded newspaper, cardboard, or coconut coir. Moisten the bedding until it's damp but not soaking wet. Step 3. Introduce the worms. Red wigglers are the best choice for vermicomposting. You can purchase them online or from a local supplier. Step 4. Add food scraps. Start with small amounts of fruit and vegetable peels, coffee grounds, and eggshells. Avoid adding meat, dairy, and oily foods, as they can attract pests and create odors. Step 5. Maintain the bin. Keep the bedding moist and add food scraps regularly. Over time, the worms will produce nutrient-rich castings, which can be used to enrich your garden soil. Next, let's explore bokashi composting, a method that ferments organic waste using beneficial microbes. Bokashi composting is particularly effective for dealing with meat, dairy, and cooked foods, which are typically challenging to compost. Here's how to get started. Step 1. Obtain a bokashi bucket. These buckets are designed with a tight-fitting lid and a spigot for draining excess liquid. Step 2. Add a layer of bokashi bran. This bran is inoculated with beneficial microbes that aid in the fermentation process. Step 3. Add food waste. Chop the waste into small pieces and place it in the bucket. Sprinkle a handful of bokashi bran over each layer of waste. Step 4. Compress and seal. Press down the waste to remove air pockets and seal the lid tightly to create an anaerobic environment. Step 5. Drain the liquid. Every few days, drain the liquid, known as bokashi tea, from the spigot. This liquid can be diluted and used as a fertilizer for plants. Step 6. Bury the fermented waste. After the bucket is full and the waste has fermented for about 2 weeks, bury it in the soil or add it to a traditional compost pile. The waste will break down rapidly, enriching the soil with nutrients. By incorporating advanced composting techniques like vermicomposting and bokashi composting, you can diversify your composting practices and manage a wider range of organic waste. These methods not only reduce the amount of waste sent to landfills, but also produce valuable compost that supports healthy plant growth. Embrace these techniques and take your composting journey to the next level, contributing to a more sustainable and eco-friendly future. While advanced composting techniques like vermicomposting and bokashi composting can be incredibly effective, they're not without their challenges. In this chapter, we'll address some common composting problems and provide practical solutions to ensure your composting journey remains smooth and successful. First, let's tackle odor issues. A well-maintained compost should have an earthy smell. However, if your compost starts to emit a foul odor, it's often a sign of imbalance. Here are some steps to fix it. Step 1. Check the moisture level. Compost that is too wet can become anaerobic and start to smell. Turn the pile to aerate it and add dry materials like shredded newspaper or straw to absorb excess moisture. Step 2. Balance greens and browns. Too many nitrogen-rich greens like food scraps can cause odors. Add more carbon-rich browns like dry leaves or cardboard to balance the mix. Step 3. Avoid adding problematic items. Meat, dairy and oily foods can create strong odors and attract pests. Stick to plant-based kitchen scraps for a more pleasant composting experience. Next, let's address pest control. Pests like fruit flies, rodents and ants can be attracted to your compost. Here's how to keep them at bay. Step 1. Bury food scraps. Always cover fresh food waste with a layer of browns to deter pests from being attracted to the smell. Step 2. Use a secure bin. Ensure your compost bin has a tight-fitting lid and small ventilation holes to keep larger pests out. Step 3. Maintain the right balance. A well-balanced compost pile is less likely to attract pests. Regularly turn the pile to keep it aerated and mix in a variety of materials. For those using vermicomposting, here are a few additional tips. Step 1. Check for overfeeding. Overfeeding your worms can lead to uneaten scraps, which can attract pests and create odors. Feed the worms only what they can consume in a few days. Step 2. Monitor moisture levels. Worm bins should be damp but not too wet. If the bin is too moist, add dry bedding materials and ensure proper drainage. Step 3. Control temperature. Worms thrive in temperatures between 55 degrees Fahrenheit and 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 13 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. Avoid placing the bin in direct sunlight or very cold areas. By understanding and addressing these common composting problems, you can ensure a more efficient and enjoyable composting experience. Troubleshooting issues as they arise will help you maintain a healthy compost system, ultimately leading to better results for your garden and the environment. Remember, composting is a learning process, and encountering challenges is part of the journey. With the right knowledge and a bit of patience, you'll be well on your way to mastering the art of composting. In this final chapter, we delve into the incredible benefits of composting for your garden. Compost is often referred to as black gold for a reason. When used correctly, it can transform your soil and elevate your gardening game to new heights. First, let's talk about soil health. Compost enriches soil by adding essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. These nutrients are released slowly, providing a steady supply for your plants over time. Additionally, compost improves soil structure, making clay soils more friable and sandy soils better at retaining moisture. This balance results in healthier root systems and more robust plant growth. To use compost effectively, follow these simple tips. Tip 1. Top dress your garden beds. Spread a thin layer of compost, about ½ inch to 1 inch, over your garden beds in the spring and fall. This will help improve soil fertility and structure and reduce the need for chemical fertilizers. Tip 2. Make compost tea. Compost tea is a liquid extract of compost that can be used as a foliar spray or soil drench. To make it, steep a bag of compost in water for 24 to 48 hours, then strain the liquid and apply it to your plants. This nutrient-rich tea can boost plant immunity and improve growth. Tip 3. Mix compost into potting soil. When preparing containers or raised beds, mix compost into your potting soil at a ratio of 1 part compost to 3 parts soil. This will provide a nutrient-rich environment for your plants to thrive. Compost also promotes beneficial microbial activity. These microorganisms help break down organic matter, making nutrients more accessible to plants. They also play a crucial role in suppressing soil-borne diseases and pests, creating a healthier ecosystem for your garden. Lastly, composting is an eco-friendly practice that reduces waste and carbon emissions. By recycling your kitchen scraps and yard waste into compost, you're diverting organic material from landfills and reducing methane production, a potent greenhouse gas. In conclusion, composting is a powerful tool for any gardener. It enriches your soil, promotes healthy plant growth, and supports a sustainable environment. By integrating compost into your gardening routine, you'll cultivate a thriving, vibrant garden that benefits both you and the planet. Thank you for joining us on this composting journey. We hope these tips and insights inspire you to start or improve your composting practices. Happy gardening! As we wrap up our deep dive into the world of composting, let's take a moment to look ahead. The future of composting is bright, with innovative technologies and practices emerging that promise to revolutionize waste management and sustainability. One of the most exciting developments is the advent of smart composting systems. These systems use sensors and artificial intelligence to monitor and manage the composting process. By collecting data on temperature, moisture levels, and microbial activity, smart composters can optimize conditions to produce high-quality compost more efficiently. Imagine having an app on your phone that alerts you when your compost needs turning or additional water, making the process virtually foolproof. Another groundbreaking innovation is the integration of composting with urban infrastructure. Cities around the world are exploring ways to incorporate composting into public spaces and residential buildings. For instance, community composting hubs equipped with advanced technology can manage organic waste from entire neighborhoods, turning it into valuable compost for local parks and gardens. These hubs not only reduce waste, but also foster a sense of community and shared responsibility for the environment. Biodegradable plastics and packaging are also playing a crucial role in the future of composting. Researchers are developing new materials that break down more easily in composting systems, reducing plastic pollution and contributing to a circular economy. Imagine a world where your food wrappers and takeout containers can decompose alongside your kitchen scraps, enriching the soil instead of clogging landfills. The future of composting also includes innovative educational initiatives. Schools and universities are incorporating composting into their curricula, teaching the next generation the importance of waste management and sustainability. By engaging young minds, we are planting the seeds for a greener future. Lastly, advancements in microbial and enzymatic composting are set to change the game. Scientists are harnessing the power of specific microbes and enzymes to accelerate the decomposition process, making composting faster and more efficient. These breakthroughs could significantly reduce the time it takes to turn organic waste into nutrient-rich compost, making it an even more attractive option for waste management. In conclusion, the future of composting is filled with promise. Through smart technology, urban integration, biodegradable materials, education, and scientific advancements, we are poised to take composting to new heights. By embracing these innovations, we can continue to reduce waste, enrich our soils, and protect our planet for generations to come. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the future of composting. Together, we can make a difference. Happy composting, and here's to a greener tomorrow.
Right, you lot. Listen up. We've been on this zero waste food challenge all week, and some of you have been bloody useless. But some of you, I've got to say, you've surprised me. You've shown some real bloody passion, some real fight. Look at that. Barely any food waste. Imagine if we all did this, just one day a week. That's what I'm talking about. This isn't about being perfect. It's about making a change. One less bit of food in the bin, one less plastic container in the landfill. It all adds up, you hear me? Now let's get on with it, yeah? So you've had your breakfast, have you? Toast crust left on the side like some kind of animal? That yogurt pot licked clean? You think that's it, do you? Think again. We're not finished yet. Those crusts? Blitz them up into breadcrumbs, you donut. That yogurt pot? Rinse it out and recycle it, you lazy sod. We're not running a charity here. Every little bit counts. And don't even get me started on those half-eaten bowls of porridge. You call that a portion? You're wasting good food, and you're wasting your money. Plan ahead, you idiot sandwich. Make smaller portions, or save the leftovers for later. we're not done with breakfast yet, not by a long shot. We're just getting started. Right, listen up, you Muppets. Before you even think about stepping foot in a supermarket, you need a plan. A shopping list, written down, not just some vague idea floating around in that empty head of yours. What do you need for the week? What meals are you going to cook? Don't even think about saying takeaway, you lazy sod. Write it down, stick to the list, and for God's sake, don't go shopping on an empty stomach. And another thing, stop buying those pre-packaged monstrosities. You think I got 3 Michelin stars by using pre-chopped onions? Get yourself down to the market, buy fresh ingredients, and learn to cook properly. You'll save money, you'll reduce waste, and you might actually learn something for once. Now get to it. Leftovers, you say? Don't you dare throw them away, you heathen. Leftovers are a gift, a culinary blank canvas. You can turn last night's roast chicken into a delicious soup, a hearty salad, or even a bloody pizza topping. Get creative, you numpties. Use your imagination. A bit of spice, a splash of sauce, and suddenly you've got a whole new meal. And don't even try to tell me you're not creative. I've seen the state of your kitchens. You can all use a bit of imagination. This isn't rocket science, people. It's about using your common sense and respecting the ingredients. Don't insult my intelligence by scraping perfectly good food into the bin. Now get in the kitchen and show me what you can do. Scraps? You think I'm talking about those pathetic little bits of food you call leftovers? I'm talking about the stuff you normally wouldn't even think twice about chucking in the bin. Onion peels, carrot tops, chicken bones. They might look like rubbish, but they can be transformed into culinary gold. Vegetable scraps make a flavorful stock. Stale bread can be turned into breadcrumbs or croutons. And don't even get me started on the wonders of homemade fruit peel candy. Stop being so bloody wasteful. These scraps are packed with flavor and nutrients. You're throwing away potential, you're throwing away money, and you're throwing away the planet. It's time to wise up and start using your loaf, or you'll be scraping leftovers for the rest of your lives. Listen up, you bunch of compost cowboys. This is the final push, the last stand against food waste. We're talking about composting, turning your scraps into garden gold. It's not rocket science, you Muppets. Get yourself a compost bin, chuck in your fruit and veg scraps, your coffee grounds, your eggshells. Give it a good turn every now and then, and let nature do its thing. Before you know it, you'll have rich, fertile compost to feed your plants. You'll be closing the loop, reducing your waste, and giving back to the environment. So get composting, you lot. It's easy, it's effective, and it's the right bloody thing to do. Now get out there and make me proud. Well, you made it! You survived the Zero Waste Food Challenge. I'm actually impressed, even if you lot still make me want to pull my hair out sometimes. Remember, this isn't just about 1 week. It's about changing your habits for good. Thanks for joining the 1-hour Zero Waste Food Challenge. Smash that like button if you learned something new. Subscribe for more eco-friendly fun. And don't forget, your tiny actions make a huge impact. See you next time. Now get out there, spread the word, and show the world that even a bunch of donkeys like you can make a difference.